Welcome back to the portal. We're still on session 5, and this video is on transport document. The purpose of most transport documents are to keep track of merchandise as it passes from one hand to the another, and to make sure it isn't delivered to someone who is not supposed to receive the cargo. There are different transport documents for the various modes of transport. There are transport documents for maritime transport. There are transport documents that cover air transport, and there are transport documents that cover road and rail transport. So do we have transport documents for inland waterways. For maritime transport, we have bill of lading, which is a contract between a carrier and the shipper for transportation of goods. It is also a receipt issued by a carrier to a shipper for the goods received for transportation, and serves as evidence of title to the goods in case of dispute. Parties to the bill of lading include the consignor, who is the sender, the carrier that provides transportation, and the consignee, which is the third party who would receive the cargo at the destination. There are different types of bill of ladings that may serve all sorts of purposes, but that I believe has been dealt with in the maritime transport module. Air transport. The air cargo operations use a document similar to the bill of lading, but that is called an airway bill. Road and rail transport use consignment notes as transport document. Now we can look at official documents from here on. The first official document I'll mention is Import Declaration Form, in short IDFs. The second is the Certificate of Origin. The customs services of various countries require certain types of imported cargo to have documentation certifying either that the cargo is from a particular country or that it meets the rules of origin for import into that country. It might also certify that a certain amount of the value of the product was added in a particular country for customs purposes. Another official document is the consular invoice. Some countries will not accept an invoice prepared by a shipper and require that their consulate abroad issue an invoice for customs purposes. The theory here is that the consulate is in better position to know the value of the product originating in the country where the shipment originated from. In reality, this is quite often a way for consulate to collect fees for some bit of work. In any case, such invoice has a name and it is called a consular invoice. There is another document called customs invoice. Most nations' customs services accept a commercial invoice as evidence of the nature and value of that cargo for their purposes. Some countries' customs services ask that invoice be prepared on their standardized form, and if this is done, the form that is used is called a customs invoice. Inspection certificate. Inspection certificate. In the sales contract, the parties may agree that the goods are to be of a certain grade or quality. It will be a problem if the goods arrived and a dispute arose as to whether or not they met agreed standard. So quite often the parties agree to have an independent party or a government official inspect the goods and give written assurances that they meet the standards. The document prepared by such an inspector is called an inspection certificate. The next official document may be permits or authorizations. These may be an import or export permit for certain product that may or not be controlled by legislation. An official authorization to enable a trader transfer funds in foreign exchange, and to open a letter of credit as payment method in an international trade transaction. Examples may be phytosanitary certificate, import license for medicaments, and authorization by Food and Drugs Authority. In post 9/11 era, security clearance may also be required for exports and imports in international trade.